Hello, everybody. This is going to be one of our shorter videos because my son Carmine, who is dependent upon me to brush his teeth, has about 10 minutes before he brushes his teeth, which I have to assist with, and he hopefully goes to bed. Although he seems to have a great deal of energy right now, and I'm not sure if he's actually going to go to bed at the time that he's supposed to go. We'll see. I woke him up from his afternoon nap kind of early today. Yes, I'm wearing the same Perot shirt 2 days in a row. I know Anthony Weiner and others always point out the fact that I must not be doing too well that I'm wearing the same shirt 2 days in a row, but circumstances are what they are. I'm going to change and I'll have a new shirt on for the day. It's all good. But I woke him up early today so that he could go swimming across the street with his friends who live across the street. I went in with him. Water was way too cold. Way too cold. I don't understand how these people do these polar plunges and everything like that. So this is going to be a relatively short discussion. I got a lot of great feedback on this morning's interview with Tulsi Gabbard. If you have not had an opportunity to listen to that interview yet, I want to encourage you to do so. I thought she was really interesting. Obviously, I am totally biased because I have been a fan of Tulsi Gabbard's for a long time. I wish she was running for president this year, and I'm supporting another candidate. And that candidate, and we get into it in the interview, asked Tulsi to be his running mate, and ultimately she decided not to. And apparently, she's still on the short list to be Donald Trump's running mate. Although I've noticed a lot of the articles that have come out in the last week or so seem to have omitted her from the list. So I hope she's still in contention. I think she'd be a great pick, much better than some of the other people that have been talked about. So we talked about her book, which I've been reading. I think it's really interesting. We talked about why she made the decision to leave the Democratic Party and her life. A lot of things in that book about her life that I never knew. And we get into a lot of this in the interview. You know, I wish I had her for 2 hours because she's such an interesting person, knows so much about so much. And she can comment on so many different areas that I could have talked to her easily for 2 hours without missing a beat. But unfortunately, you know, we being on late at night and her being on a book tour, even if she's in the Hawaiian time zone, we only have a limited amount of time. But we got about 25, 30 minutes in, and I thought we covered a lot of ground, although I wish we covered a lot more. So, by the way, those of you that are watching this, the two of you on Facebook and the 11 of you on Twitter, please be so good as to share this so that people in your spheres can see this interview as well. If you can't share it, please be so good as to give us a like or a comment and encourage. That'll help other people see what we're doing as well. If you're watching on Facebook, you can certainly send us some stars, which is always nice. Now, got a lot of feedback on the interview itself, mostly positive. I'd say 80 to 90% positive, which, as far as I go, is a ringing endorsement. So if you didn't get a chance to listen to it, I do hope you'll go listen to it. The podcast link is at the bottom of the screen, or you can just go on any podcast app and type Frank Morano interviews and more, and you'll be able to, enjoy that for yourself. Tonight, apparently there's some news with Dr. Anthony Fauci, who I think is an interesting person, but did not handle the COVID pandemic well. And I think the more we learn about the Fauci record, the worse it looks. So we're going to delve into that a bit. I'm not sure if we have any guests on that front yet. I'm working on that. We're going to look into that. If not, I'll give you my take and invite you to comment. Dominic Carter certainly give me his opinion on whatever we're talking about. And Jeremy Murphy is going to join me in studio. Jeremy Murphy is a fascinating guy who always brings his A game. He wrote the book F Off, Chloe, which was hysterical. And he's coming in studio. Now, because I answer all of my emails in chronological order, what I propose to him, and I'll let you in on this, what I propose to him is that we do 15 or 20 minutes, just him and me talking about his book and what he's doing now, one-on-one, and then do the rest of the hour with a panel with some very funny people like Fred Rubino and others. And he has written me back, but I have not yet heard whether or not he has agreed to the panel or not. So stay tuned for that. We'll see where that goes. I am looking for something here. I'm going to show you that. I also want to thank Jeff Nadeau from the Sit Down podcast. Jeff Nadeau, this is one of the most sought after mob podcasts in the world. He posted an interview with me yesterday that a lot of people weren't sure if they were going to like. I think, whatever your view is on the mob,
I'm Nick Nimmin, and I'm a StreamYard user.
We went into my whole history of covering different trials and things like that. And a lot of the folks in Team Gotti were thinking that it was not going to be a good interview from that perspective. But I thought it really went incredibly well. And I thought it was fair. And we covered a lot of ground. If you want to check that out, I posted the link on my Facebook page, or you can just go to the YouTube and listen to the Sit Down with Jeff Nadeau. All right, going to wrap up in a minute because Carmine looks like a man who very much wants to brush his teeth. Yeah, you want to say hello, buddy? Come here. People love saying hello to you. Who's that boy?
Me.
That's you. And who's that?
Daddy.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Ask people to send stars.
Sure.
And you want to tell everybody how you broke Daddy's slinky this week? You want to tell everybody? Oh, careful.
I want to tell everybody.
You don't want to tell everybody. Okay.
Can I have your slinky, Daddy?
No, I got a new slinky. Carmine broke it. I got a new slinky. And it's not great with crawling down the stairs, but we're going to keep this one away from Carmine. We got Carmine a plastic slinky, which is a little bit better. Hey, I want to thank Michael Smirkanish for giving me a shout out on his radio show this morning. He was talking about Arthur Idala. Let me see if I can play you a little bit.
5 a.m.
Oh, yeah. See, listen to this.
Ahead of time.
Listen to this.
So, and by the way, shout out to Frank Morano, who we have in common. He's at 77 WABC. He does overnights, like from 1 to 5 a.m. And Arthur and I were talking about Frank, who's a big supporter of this program and has been very kind in putting me on his show. One other bit of trivia.
So that was nice.
I'm sorry.
So very kind of Michael to give me the shout out. Very kind of Arthur to bring me up. All right. So Jeremy Murphy's going to be in studio tonight. Hi, Frank. Cannot wait to hear about Dr. Fauci dealt with COVID so badly. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to try not to repeat anything that I have said, just focus on new information. But there's certainly a lot of new information out there. We're going to talk about it. But when Jeremy Murphy's in studio, I have made him the offer of activating the Murphy Cam, where we're just for subscribers. You can see behind the scenes from his perspective. You can see us all in the studio, and you can see him joking around or doing whatever he wants. I don't know if he's accepted yet, but he probably will. If you're not a subscriber, please become one. If you're watching this video right now on Facebook, just click the overview button under the comments box, then scroll to the bottom and click the subscribe button. Thank you, Brandon, for that shortcut. They say you can also subscribe by going to Facebook.com/become supporter/Morano fan. Yeah, we may see Fred Rubino tonight. Fred Rubino has been rocking this cool Frank Morano hat all week wherever he goes. And I think that's very stylish. If you want one of those hats, you can absolutely go to the Frank Morano store at wabcradiostore.com. Click on personalities, click on Frank Morano. A lot of good stuff there. And if you end up buying anything, use that promo code Frank15. Please share this video, whether you're watching live, as 59 of you are, or whether you're watching after the fact. Please share it. But whatever you do, please tune in on the radio tonight from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. Actually, it's even better if you listen live, because then our bosses will see that there's a big spike whenever I come on the air. If you want to reach me via SMX, you can certainly do so. 816-8-Morano, or via email, frank.morano@redappleaudionetworks.com. A whole bunch of you have reached out to me this week and the last 2 days and asked me if I'm going to be in Atlantic City this weekend because it is Memorial Day weekend. I will not be. I hate to not be there on Memorial Day weekend because it's one of the 4 best weekends in the year to be in Atlantic City. I am hoping to make a trip there soon. We have not scheduled one yet. I'll let you know when we do have something scheduled. But if you do get to Atlantic City, please be sure to check out my friend Mark Colazzo's new cigar lounge on Tennessee Avenue. Absolutely everybody loves it. But Friday night, I think we're going to be at the Cyclones game in Coney Island with my brother Nick and some of the Brooklyn Moranos. On Saturday, I'm going to be up on the roof putting some sealant on our chimney so that this leak stops. And then we're going to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania for our cousin Charlie's graduation from college. And then on Sunday, I am going to be back. We're going to be back on Long Island celebrating with some of Rachel's family for some things. And then I'll be back on the radio Sunday night at 1 a.m. But still a lot to get to between now and then. Tonight/tomorrow morning, we know for sure we have Jeremy Murphy and Brian Kilmeade. We'll see about everybody else. And please do subscribe because it's only 99 cents a month. It is the absolute best bargain you could ever hope for. Ellen says hello. Hello right back at you, Ellen. Thank you for everything. Brooklyn Goris saying hello as well. Hello to you, Brooklyn Goris. Rob saying Frankie. It's actually it's spelled Frankie, not Franky. But I appreciate the thought there, Rob. All right. Unless you have any other quick questions, I am going to brush my son's teeth, put him to bed, maybe enjoy a little bit of time with Rachel. Let me see. I have 70 unread emails now, which was my time to do a video. Once I get to 60 unread emails, I can read a chapter of the book I'm reading. Let me tell you about this book I'm reading. I've had this gentleman on the radio a couple of times. Really a great guy. And he was a great radio guest. Matt Memories by John Arezzi. It's all about my wildlife in pro wrestling, country music, and with the Mets. I might write a book like this. I like this. It's short. It's easy to understand. It's got some good stories. I might write a book like this. But finding the time to do so is a struggle. Oh, here's that. Here's that Tulsi Gabbard book that I read in preparation of my interview with her. I'm just going to read you this first. I mentioned this in the interview. I'm just going to read you this first bit from the prologue, which I think sets the tone for the whole book. I love our country. I have committed my life to defending the safety, security, and freedom of the American people. Our country is in the midst of an existential crisis. I have friends who are Democrats, Republicans, Independents, and Libertarians. I have nothing but respect for all of them. Some work in the field of politics, but most do not. This book is not being written out of spite or animosity toward anyone because of their political affiliation. And I think it was, I think it was really, that kind of sets the tone for the whole book. Really, so a lot of interesting stuff in there. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? Please share. Please share. The 5 of you that are watching on Facebook that have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. Helen, did you ever find the book you were looking for? No, I didn't. I'm going to probably tonight email JJ Dillon's nephew and ask him to send me another copy because I have not found it anywhere. I've looked everywhere. Although my office is a mess. Rachel did remind me yesterday I do have to clean the office. Jeff says, best interview ever. Jeff, thank you. I got your email as well, which was very, very kind. He compared it to my even better than my interview with William Shatner. That's very nice. And more than one person made the remark that because Tulsi and I both have this gray streak, we should have exchanged fashion tips. So there's that. Oh, all right. I'm going to go. I'm going to brush some teeth and run. Please share this video. Please share this video. If you're watching on Facebook, please subscribe and send stars. God bless you. All right. We got people sneezing. We got people needing to brush their teeth and go to bed. I'll see you on the radio.